I drove the horses into an old orchard Dad had, an old orchard. He lived there, and I fell out of the apple tree.
Oh yeah.
And broke this arm. And Mother took her, and Elsie was the baby. Mother took her apron off and put the baby on my lap and tied the baby to me.
Okay.
And then she had to drive the horses home. I had this arm, but I couldn't move this arm because the bone was sticking out of it here. And she got me out. They got me up in the wagon, and we got up there, and the other kids sit behind. We had the apples in the back of the wagon. Dad, Mom drove up. We had to come out to Ampa, and then drive down. And she drove up. I can remember her driving up to the front of the shop. The old shop's there yet.
Right.
I was down yesterday and I seen it there, and. She said, she drove up there and she said, Geordie, Leanna broke her arm. He come out and he said, yeah, I guess she did, or something, he said. And he said, well, I'll help her out. So he helped me out, and he took the baby and helped me. I stood around there for a while, and he went out and got the crosscut saw, and him and one of the boys cut a cedar block off, just happened to be laying there, an old log. And he cut a cedar block off about 6 inches long, and took it in and put it on his auger that he had. He had a thing you turned like that. We all had to turn it to bore a hole in this block of wood. And he bored somebody turned it for him, or he turned it himself, I forget. But he took the axe and split it all around, took the horse rasp and filed it all off with what he used to rasp the horse's hooves with.
Right.
Filed it all off, and then he come in. It was too long for the fit for me then. I was only a kid.
Right.
And he had to cut it in two, and he cut it the length of my arm and split it and clamped it on there and tied a string around it and left it.
Wow.
Put my arm back, the bone back in. The next day, Sam and the two boys got into a fight, the two of them, and Wyman broke Sam's arm, Sam's wrist. So then Dad, they bandaged it up with rags and put us in the bathtub, put us in the baby's bathtub, our hands in the baby's bathtub with ice.
Oh, okay.
We had to stay there with ice, and to put an old blanket or a quilt or something up against the fence, and we used to lay out there out of the sun with this with our Sam on one side and me on the other.
Okay.
Along come Jimmy Vickers. That was a guy that lived at Ampa, and he was had a boy, and he come down for Dad to shoe his horse.
Right.
And he said, he come in to see, Dad said the kids, he always saw a lot of kids, and come in and seen Sam and I laying on the grass there behind the tree.
Right.
Yeah, with our arms in there, and he went back out and he said to Dad, you better get them two kids to the doctor. Their arm's going to rot off them. He said, that's no way to do it. And Dad says, well, I'll see about it. He said, we didn't know doctor, we didn't know.
Right.
So Dad come in after a while, he said, I guess we better put some more ice in that tub. So somebody put ice on top of us again, and Dan had Sam had this arm in, and I had this in. So my arm was like this, and Sam's hand was in the ice. But we stayed there for night. We'd get out of there. He'd let us out at night, but in the daytime we had to stay in the ice for 2 or 3 days.
Okay. Did it heal up? Okay.
Well, my arm, that's all that I can't put this arm back.
This one?
This one here.
You can't put it back?
No, I can't put it back any further than that. And Sam had a big, this here didn't go back into place and stuck up.
So you haven't scratched your
neck
ever?
Yeah.
Since you were
Yeah. we did what we had to do. Never hurt us in a way. We all
Okay.
come up and grew up and all turned out all right. So we did, every one of us.
Wow.
Hmm